underneath the bridge. I never thought she would've done a thing like this. So I'm sorry, make your way towards the door and never show your face again, bitch. So what do you think I am? Who do you think you are? What the fuck's this? What's he doing here? These are my parts, telling him to duck all my swag, getting stripped down to his boxes. He's chilling in sea, tying up no library and nooks. Tell me, what do you see in a dude like this? He can't even look at me in the eyes, I can see straight through him, he's just a bitch. Do you feel him cause he's rich, and did you leave me cause I'm broke? You was only with me yesterday, you're still busting my coat. You know I'm a sicko like my local pub's owner. What with Stanley sock and boots, screwdriver, straight Camden artist soldier. I'm a fuck, yeah, I thought that you love me. I mean these days you see me and you don't even hug me. Now you and I, yeah, we shared something special. Are you out of your mind?
But I'm really sorry, give me one more try. Cause everything you do got me going and I just can't lose
I swear I missed the times when you would tie me to a chair and tease me from the back of my neck up to my ear. She would have me to herself, she didn't want nobody else but I. That was at the time. I see her kissing some other guy underneath the bridge. I never thought she would've done a thing like this. So I'm sorry, make your way towards the door and never show your face again, bitch.
No, I lied to you. I should've told the truth. I couldn't hurt your feelings, so I lied when I told you that I was chilling with my girl.
Yo YouTube, what is happening? So we are back with another video. As you've seen, was at the MK Classic to see Mark and a few of the lads towards the end of last month, start of this month. So yeah, put those videos at the start because originally planned just to do a weekend in the life around then, but decided otherwise after the weekend that I could get a few more clips. I knew Mikey'd be coming over, I knew I'd have a few more things that I could add in, so rather than put up a poor quality clip, I thought I'd try get a much better quality clip and try get a bit more stuff packed into it for this one. So I'm a month behind, but look, such is life. Obviously great to see Mark up on stage. I know it's been a long road for himself, a lot of respect for Mark, so it's really good to see all of that hard work and discipline that he's displayed over the last year, 2 years, more than that probably, come to fruition on stage and really kind of see him hold his own and see how much he enjoyed it. Really kind of fulfilling, wholesome vibes, for sure. But look, really cool to get into that environment. Always lights a fire in your belly, being at those shows and seeing everyone who's put in a certain amount of work over a certain period of time and how that kind of gets displayed on stage. Obviously seeing the two Daras as well, and Jack Eagles, who some of you might know, definitely an up and coming bodybuilder to watch out for. Jack Eagles, seeing him pose his routines, obviously I've seen him on social media and I've thought he's quite impressive, but actually seeing him in the flesh has been something different. Definitely one to look out for. I know he recently got his pro card, I think it was last week. The man is only like 21 I think, which is crazy, so watch out for Jack Eagles. Not that I'm anyone to predict prophecy bodybuilders, but something special about that kid, definitely. So yeah, put that at the start, and next up I'll have some highlights of the weekend I had with Mike. So Mike, Synthesized Coaching, most of you will know him by now. A lot of respect for him, a good friend of mine from Ireland. So he flew over for the Dappy show. He's a massive fan. He brought me along to the show and we both got VIP tickets, had a bit of a wild one. Ended up having Dappy standing on my shoulders by the end of it, which was something I hadn't really predicted, but a good laugh nonetheless. So yeah, might have converted me into a Dappy fan. As you'll notice, there's gonna be a couple of Dappy and NDUBZ tracks on the video, so enjoy. But other than that, that's pretty much it. We'll try and add some informative stuff towards the end of the video, because there's not going to be a lot of informative stuff for the next kind of couple of minutes, just with me and Mike just having a bit of fun with it. But other than that, we'll try to include some informative stuff with regards to the move across to Manchester, what we should be kind of looking for and how to kind of best prepare for that, whether it is to do a master's or whether it's to come and work. And just some pieces of advice I give. I have had a few questions, so I'm going to try to answer them and kind of put it in a systematic way where people can kind of, I suppose, take what they need from it and use it if they are deciding whether they are thinking about if they want to come across to Manchester, even if it's just for a year and see what it's like, or whether they have their heart set on studying physiotherapy. Maybe they're doing a sports science degree, maybe they're doing a nursing degree, whatever the case may be. just that they want to kind of have that little bit more information and understanding of what can I do to get myself in a better position if I do want to go study physio, and if I decide to do it in the UK, what's the best way to go about it, what do I need to kind of prepare in terms of getting my living arrangements sorted, whether that's your accommodation, whether that's a job sorted when you moved over, things like that that you kind of sometimes don't think about until the last minute. So yeah, going to offer my advice on that. I've made plenty of mistakes, so there will be a lot of learning hopefully for many of you. But yeah, just going to speed on to the next part of the video. Don't want to hold you up too much because feedback from a lot of people is they want shorter videos and bit more music, a bit more entertainment. So yeah, enjoy the rest of the video.
Think I was somewhere else.
Yeah.
Maybe if you gave me all the love I needed, then this wouldn't have happened. Have you forgotten the days when you did the same thing to me? And I forgive you, baby.
Now you and I, yeah, we shared something special. Are you out of your mind?
But I'm really sorry, give me one more try. 'Cause everything you do got me going and I just can't lose.
I swear, Mr. Times when you would turn me to a jail.
Oh, connection.
Laser made it, baby.
Got a ting from Antigua, she loves smoking Cali, but she hates amnesia. She got a man at home, but she keeps on coming to the spot, so I got a concealer. From a pitney, I had a choice, I could be a rapper, robber, scam or a dealer. Yo, I tried all three, I see a man, no D, blood, I rather met P from a feature. Bin bag money don't fit in no briefcase. You know me, I spin tracks like a DJ. I'm in my own lane, I ain't running no race. What you think I give a fuck about a relay? Money, power and respect, that's what you get when you start moving correct. You should be focused on chasing these checks, cause chasing these bitches will get you finesse. Are you mad? You should be glad anytime you see me standing on the front page of Notion. Just out trying to get the dose out, man, I said a soldier so they could get a few clout tokens. Life's a lesson. When you feel like the demons are on you, go speak to the reverend, we all need a blessing. When I'm stressing, I pray to the most high, like give me progression. I told Brody, you know me, I'll send P's, anything you need, I got my G's to the back home. Bond the screws, they'll lock off the party, shot the smarty and cop you a little Zanko. If I'm chilling with a ting, it's a real one, cause a real one never tell under the blanket. And if you're chilling in the passy and we see feds, I'll be like, quick, hurry up, Miss Banking. You want another drink, contain yourself? How you at the top, then you just stain yourself? Aye, you see the ace of spades, got you acting like a fool, now you stop getting paid in full. The love thing's overrated in my eyes, all you do is give me bad luck, you're a magpie. But fuck it, I love it when you come on dirt in that skirt and blow me like a bagpipe. I got a ting from Dominica, she like taking Molly, but she far from a keeper. She got a man at home, but she keeps on coming to the spot, so I got a concealer. From a pitney, I had a choice, I could be a rapper, robber, scam or a dealer. Yo, I tried all three, I see a man, no D, blood, I rather met E from a feature. Bin bag money don't fit in no briefcase. You know me, I spin tracks like a DJ. I'm in my own lane, I ain't running no race. What you think I give a fuck about a relay? Money, power and respect, that's what you get when you start moving correct. You should be focused on chasing these checks, cause chasing these bitches will get you finesse.
You're still out here chasing bitches. The only thing I chase is bread. Run up a check, I could've bought new jewelry, but I put it into wax instead. The chain on my neck is a mess and it glows in the dark, the best of the best. All of this ice got everybody preying. I need to go cop me a vest. I'm still in the hood with a set. The get back's known to the Met. She said that I'm realer than a man before, and all of this ice got the pum pum wet. This one a natural, I'm really impressed. Cause she ain't nothing like the rest. I don't check no price when I'm shopping up west. Used to be brass, now everything blessed. I'm still on the pitch like Jota. Ride with a stick, Harry Potter. They ain't seen shit yet, I was just playing. They don't know what I've got in my locker. Run down pagans and run to the bag. Gotta keep my eyes on a ball like soccer. Sexy bitch when I hit, come lit. Beat that down, then it's back to the blocker.
Got a ting from Antigua, she loves shaking the hips like Dua Lipa. She got a man at home, but she keeps on coming to the spot, so I got a concealer. From a pitney, I had a choice, I could be a rapper, robber, scam or a dealer. Yo, I tried all three, I see a man, no D, blood, I rather met P from a feature.
How about a muck to hold it steady? Best be ready with it plenty. Who's that? Pull up a man with a brick. I got a blick ting with a big back from way over there. She break it on me, load it up and slap it for me. Matter of fact, can you hold it for me? Hey, in the treachery streets, hold your brother, there's no peace. Hey, they don't wanna see me in the middle of the street. Hey, in the treachery streets, hold your brother, there's no peace. Hey, they don't wanna see me in the middle of the street. Say hello to my local friend, could be the long reach or the liquorless. Duck and dive and save your friend. I'm off ends with my big back ting. Make it bounce, shake it for me. Brick, bounce, shake it for me. Ha. call me Salt Baker, you know that I pepper the beat.
Got a ting from IB for she like to party and back liquor by the litre. She got a man at home, but she keeps on coming to the spot, so I got a concealer. From a pitney, I had a choice, I could be a rapper, robber, scam or a dealer. Yo, I tried all three, I see a man, no D blood, I rather met P from a feature. Bin bag money don't fit in no briefcase. You know me, I spin tracks like a DJ. I'm in my own lane, I ain't running no race. What you think of?
All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Deep, 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 all the way. There you go, drive. Come on, all the way down. Knees out, out, out. Come on, drive, drive, drive. Oh.
She said she feel my aura. She see me smile, but she don't know about the trauma. All them nights when we were jogging on the corner. All the mileage that we did before the tour bus. They didn't care when we were broke, they try ignore us. I switched up, dripped up, I put my feet down. Brody bringing all the snow, we made a ski town. Cali came from overseas, that boss got beat down, yeah. I know. You see me winning, well that's cause I'm a go-getter. So don't you ever forget, and that's the first thing. All in my face, I ain't tryna catch a bitch. You weren't exactly riding with me, yo, I come up on my J's, yeah. Baby, you should remind me how much you need me, I'll say it again. Baby, you should remind me, cause I need a friend. Yo, no lie, spent like 30 racks on packs last summer. Nothing but Cali smoke on my jumper. Coming like every Cali plug's got my number. What a bumper. I'm in the driver's seat and I hate police, so I told little bro stop fidgeting. I put my foot to the floor, we don't abide by the law cause we're fucked up citizens. Every year I took, I bounced back quick. Life be up and down, it's been a mad trip. Now look me in the eye, you know I'm the guy. The vial that can slide. Hey yo, she said she feel my aura. She see me smile but she don't know about the trauma. All them nights when we were jogging on the corner. All the mileage that we did before the tour bus. Say they didn't care when we were broke, they try ignore us. I switched up, dripped up, I put my feet down. Brody bringing all the snow, we made a ski town. Cali came from overseas, that boss got beat down, yeah.
They say current don't pay, oh I get this far. Look at the drip, look at the car. M-way trips every day upside, then I'm back in the biz for a bit, then I'm gone. Had enough of these fake little buns, finna skirt past them in this Bentley truck. Feet up, kicked out with a bottle of rum and drink till my head's all numb. I say we ride and tell Brody to go get the Nina. Part of the line, but came up with hyenas. Pull up, no stress, why you get me so vexed? I'm in OT with the keys, just trust the process. every year I took a bounce back quick. Still out here seeing bitties doing backflips. Even when the beef be frying, I got guala on my mind. It's just me and my slime. Hey yo, she said she feel my aura. She see me smile but she don't know about the trauma. Who them nights that we were jogging on a corner. Who the mileage that we done this with a tour bus. I'm in OT with super feeling Physiotherapies. I switched up, dripped up, I put my feet down. Brody banging all the snowy
That's the only thing that don't bite my trust. Seems like they only wanna do us any favors when we out. That's what's up, hey, what's up? You know it's not my love, but I ain't always gonna be there when you run out of luck, and that's fair. Not everybody ends up with a house in the hill. Baby, I know how you feel, but for the luxury room, I feel like you the only one that seems to be. So I know the trust. You come from the mama, but it's not my puzzle. You know what's a mama, cause you use it all. You don't get a hammer. Everybody ends up with a house in the hill. So if I get knocked down, we all know it from here. Go! This is the NDUBZ, yes, my one. On the my one.
Yo, so going to give a quick run through on what I found was the easiest way to kind of sift through the various master's programs in the UK and actually find one that I found worked for me and was suitable for what I wanted in terms of a qualification. So Find a Masters is the site that I used. So as you can see up here, Find a Masters, quite an easy site to use. We'll see now if it actually does what I'm saying it's going to do. I haven't used it in some time, but usually you just need to search your degree. So physiotherapy, and see what this brings up first of all. So that's 167. Let's narrow it down. So I'm going to narrow it down to the United Kingdom and to Manchester. So you can see all our different cities will have brackets, and we can see what courses are available in each city, like the number of courses. Bear in mind, some of these courses won't be suitable at all, as you'll see here. Some courses just get branched into that physiotherapy term, but aren't actually really going to qualify you as a physio. So here we have an advanced physiotherapy degree, for example, where this is a degree that we would do as an adjunct to already being qualified to further our scope and develop ourselves in terms of continue our education. So this isn't going to be suitable unless you're already qualified as a physio. But this one is the one I'm on, is the MSc pre-registration physiotherapy. So pre-registration is really kind of a term I'd look out for if you are looking to get onto the master's course. You have your undergrad already in like a sports science or in some nursing psychology degree, something that's relevant, and it's going to be that bit more effective just to make sure you're actually getting a course that's going to qualify you as a physio. Because obviously there's like sports injury rehab, things like that, strength and conditioning courses that will sometimes come up which aren't going to qualify you as a physio. I know a lot of you probably know that, but I'm just going to make sure I clear the air on that one. So looking into the actual course, you'll get a lot of information here, which is quite helpful. So notice it's referred to as an accelerated 2-year pre-reg course. So this is accelerated to the degree that it's 2 years pretty much non-stop. And you get a couple of weeks here and there, Christmas, Easter, and during the summer. But other than that, it's pretty full on between academic responsibilities and then the placements that go hand in hand with the degree. So making sure that your degree mentions that it's approved by the Health and Care Professions Council, the HCPC, as well as, and almost as importantly, especially for Irish students, is the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy. Making sure that your course is recognised by this is a big point here I'd like to make, just to make sure that, like most health bodies, I'm pretty sure the NHS, and I'm just as almost sure that the HSE will require your degree to be recognised by these bodies, just to make sure they're meeting the current best standards for a profession. So making sure, because some courses won't, and so I've come across courses that don't have these bodies mentioned in their bio, so quite sus when you're trying to choose a course and you don't want to get out the other end and realize that it's not recognized by certain bodies. If you're looking to get a job with certain companies and then you're, I suppose, not able to get the job just due to the fact that your degree isn't recognized by, say, the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy or whatever. So keeping just mindful of that. Make sure, if you're not sure, ask, whether that be a senior lecturer or someone before you actually make the jump to commit to the course, because you want to make sure that you're able to use the degree how you'd like to use the degree once you qualify. So yeah, that's just an important point. So as you can see, running over 2 years, 45 weeks per year. So not a lot of downtime really. Full-time support students who have an undergraduate degree in a related subject to practice as a physiotherapist. So if you look at the relevant subject areas, biological science, sports therapy, rehab, chemistry, nursing and psychology. So quite a broad range of backgrounds that can come in quite useful. Then just in terms of what else you need to know, not a lot really here. So if you want to actually look at the website, we'll probably get a better idea in terms of just a breakdown of the course and what you can expect. So with this course, you'll be, I suppose, going pretty much full time from the end of August. It is still quite a good experience, and the way it's, I suppose, laid out is quite helpful in terms of how it's structured in terms of learning. So all the modules are kind of done on their own and just condensed, and then in a kind of intense space of time you cover each module. So you spend a certain amount of weeks on this module, a certain amount of weeks on this module, and so on. So quite helpful in that retrospect, because I remember at undergrad having to do a variety of modules at once and being examined on a variety of modules and trying to separate and remember all the different information from each module and being examined on it was quite stressful. Whereas this one, it's more so you focus on MSK for whatever 2 months, and then you're examined on it, and then it's on to something else, whether that be cardiorespiratory or neuro or something else, and you're kind of given that time to really focus in on a subject and learn it inside out. So definitely a huge plus point that I thought was worth mentioning. And then I suppose with regards to actually applying for it, you're going to go through UCAS. Some courses won't require you to go through UCAS. They'll have an actual portal on their website, especially for postgrad degrees, but this particular uni will make you go through UCAS, which is I suppose the equivalent to the CEO in Ireland or whatever that site is that you go through after your leaving cert. So essentially that's just a portal that you can apply for courses and stuff like that. In terms of fees, we could see it here. We're lucky enough in Ireland that we qualify as a Channel Island student, which means that we pay the same fees as home students, which is £9,250, which is the equivalent of about €11,000. Whereas the international and EU students aren't as lucky, who are required to pay £19,000 per year. So something to consider if you are thinking about making a move. use your location to your advantage. Definitely worthwhile. Then just in terms of the application process, you'll go through UCAS. Pretty self-explanatory here. Obviously, you're not going to be applying yet, but the start date will be September 2024. They'll give you all your information again here in UCAS, and you'll simply make an account as you would on most websites and submit your application, which will likely include just a personal statement and proof of previous education, things like that. So your transcript from your degree and things like that, or if you haven't completed the degree yet, your expected grade, I think they refer to it as. So once you've all of that done and you're happy with that, you can go on to have a look at your financing options. So student finance is something that is offered here in the UK, which is more or less the equivalent of SUSI at home. So you'll make your account. You will, I believe, from what I remember, need a UK bank account, which is something that delayed me in terms of getting this set up on time for my first year. I did get it set up in the end, but it was a bit of a pain, to be honest, to get it all sorted. So keep on top of that as soon as you can. So with this, it's gov.uk. If you just search Student Finance England, you can apply. You don't get maintenance funding, as I found out when applying, under the impression that I would. You do not get maintenance funding where we would have got it similarly with SUSI, which is like a monthly payment. We do get tuition fees though as Irish students. So if you are an Irish student and you need funding in order to pay your tuition fees, which is the 9,000 odd each year, very helpful to get this sorted as soon as you can. And then the way this works is, I'm not sure of the repayment scheme with SUSI, but this one is when you go over a certain salary once qualified. So I believe when I did it, it was if your salary goes over 30k a year, then you start paying it back gradually. And then if it's not paid back within a certain time period, I think it was 30 years or something similar, then it gets written off. So just trying to take advantage of this if you can, because it's a very useful resource there. It does take a bit of weight off your shoulders from a financial standpoint. If that is what's holding you back from actually following through with the course, bear in mind you will need to kind of have a good bit of savings or a job lined up that is going to be able to financially support you in terms of rent and in terms of your just daily expenses. Because with this course, it is quite hard to push yourself to work more than 20 hours a week. I do it a lot of the time, but I am a little bit of a workaholic, and I know it does have a negative impact at the end of the day when it comes to my grades, because I'm probably a little bit more tired and a little bit more, I suppose, burnt out than someone who isn't working the same amount of hours as me and things like that. So it's kind of a risk to reward kind of thing. Like, I need to work, I need to make sure that I've enough money there to pay rent, enough money there to support my day-to-day living. While also I want to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can academically. So that's just going to be a decision you're going to have to think about and make, but this is going to take a big chunk of that financial worry away from you. So definitely worth considering this. And then I suppose other than that, trying to get that UK bank account done as soon as possible, and then making sure you have your national security number, which is the English equivalent of your PPS number. So having one of those sorted as well as soon as you move over. So those are kind of two things you need to kind of do when you move over. I managed to get a bank account sorted just before I moved over by putting in my address that I planned to move to, and I had a copy of a tenancy agreement, and I was able to actually get that sorted. But try to get as much of this stuff sorted as you can. I will just put a quick list in the bio just so you can kind of make sure you're ticking stuff off if it is a case that you are thinking about it. And then, yeah, that's pretty much just a quick run through of what I did to, I suppose, apply for the Masters. Then with regards to your interview, so making sure that you are, I suppose, demonstrating that you have expressed interest in physiotherapy in the past. So whether that's going on little courses or you've done like a placement, or you shadowed a physio maybe one night a week for a couple of months or something like that, and just show them that you're making an effort to get hands-on in the profession, and you actually are interested to do this in your own time, rather than obviously being paid for it. And then have a knowledge of what the profession involves. So does it involve, say, what are the three disciplines? You have your MSK, which is your musculoskeletal. You have your cardiorespiratory, which is obviously your lung and your heart function and things like that. And then you have your neuro, which is essentially just learning your neurology, your spinal stuff, your neurotransmitters, things like that. Just all your basic like learning for like neural conditions like cerebral palsy, for strokes, things like that. Being aware of what's going to be actually on the course is a really good thing that I'd recommend, and probably something that did help me with my interview. So being able to explain to the interviewer or the interviewee what you are actually expecting on the course, and your, I suppose, knowledge on that to date, and then that will kind of help them, I suppose, develop a picture of where you are, I suppose, academically as well going into that course. So that's pretty much it from that regard.
Yo, so that was just a quick, I suppose, run through of what my thoughts are in terms of how we should kind of be going through that kind of application process. I might have sped through a little bit of it, or maybe I took a bit longer than some of you would have liked, but that was just me trying to give my, I suppose, overview of the situation on how I kind of went about it. I do have a few questions from people, just in terms of what to, I suppose, be thinking about. And I think one question was, is there anything you can really do to prepare yourself before you come on? Definitely spending some time with your anatomy. That is probably something that I found myself spending a lot of time trying to catch up on, because if you don't understand the structure and function of things, it's very hard to kind of grasp the pathophysiology and things like that. So definitely something, just if you do have a few minutes every evening, just looking at a joint in the body, or there's plenty of useful softwares out there, like Complete Anatomy, I believe it's called, or even just getting your hands on some old textbooks. Definitely something, because that will transfer across to all disciplines, whether that be neuro, MSK or cardio, because obviously structure and function of the heart and lungs, structure and function of the spinal cord and the brain, and then structure and function of the joints and throughout the body. So it's just trying to get a good foundational knowledge of that if you haven't already. I believe I didn't just spend enough time doing it during my undergrad, whether that be on my own fault or course content, but more than likely just probably not doing enough self-directed stuff in my own time. So that's something that definitely, if I was to go back and do it again, I would spend more time doing. Then other things just to remain aware of was your ability to kind of look at research, trying to familiarize yourself with different research techniques, because obviously you're at a master's standard now, so it's a bit higher than what you're expected to do at undergrad. So really trying to kind of develop your skills when it comes to reading and interpreting research. Someone else asked me, our course dates always September? As far as I know, Manchester is September, but there's several courses across the UK that start January. So it's not too late. I would say that if you were still thinking about doing it this year, to find January course dates. I know that one of the Ireland courses as well in Cork, I believe, is January, but like this course that I applied for, I missed the closing date by, I'd say, months, if I remember correctly, and I still applied for it anyway. Like most of the courses I applied for told me that I'd missed the closing date, but I just still applied for them all, and I got several interviews. One interview I actually had to send a video of me brushing my teeth and explaining how I brush my teeth. Like that's how much I wanted it at the time, and I think that definitely holds true, because I was offered a place in that course as a result, and I remember talking to people who weren't actually willing to do that and didn't actually get a place on the course. So it's just look at your options, decide. Sometimes sooner can be better than doing it later, but it depends kind of where you are. I definitely recommend just looking at your financials before you go over, looking at, I suppose, your level of knowledge in terms of your anatomy and things like that, and then looking at, I suppose, what else you need to do to get there. Like, have you put in a little bit of self-directed, I suppose, your self-directed, what would I use the word to describe it, I suppose initiative, to get involved with like a physio in the community or something like that, or a CPD that you've done that is going to be reflective of some initiative that you've demonstrated that you're willing to actually get involved without actually being paid for it, and really kind of helps give the interviewer an idea of how actually interested you are in the role of physiotherapy. And then other things maybe to think about would be just the logistics of moving over. So have you lived on your own before? Have you managed that okay? Because you're going to be in a completely different place. Like Manchester to me was, while living on my own pretty much independently since I was 19, 20, it's still a big culture shock in terms of just how busy it gets and things like that. So just remaining aware of that, because you're obviously going to be moving over on your own. Maybe you're moving over with mates, but if you're moving over on your own, definitely just think about how you've managed before and try have a bit of a support network over here if you can. Obviously I'm lucky enough, I have a few of the lads that I train with, and that's probably my saving grace is FLF, having the lads there that I kind of get on with. Yeah, you'll make friends in your course, but sometimes just those friends that you kind of have those close or similar goals with can be quite a beneficial thing to have in your corner. When you do move over, especially with bodybuilding like myself, it's quite a niche thing to be involved in. A lot of people don't get it, so having that little circle that do get it is very important, to me anyway. And then why Manchester? Got asked. Just always liked the idea of moving somewhere with kind of that good buzz, that different energy, somewhere with new opportunities. I'm a United fan, so kind of made sense to pick Manchester as well. I knew loads of people who had moved over and were raving about it as well, so lots of positives there for me when thinking about where I was going to go. I flew over about 2 or 3 months before, sort of by chance, but I kind of used that as my judgment day in terms of what I thought, and I just thought the city was pretty cool. I trained in FLF, I said yes, this is where I'd like to spend some time. It's a really good environment. I can definitely see this place pushing me out of my comfort zone essentially. And then just someone just asking me, I suppose, do I miss Ireland? Yes, but in the grand scheme of things, in small doses, Ireland gets me through, and I'd rather be spending more time here at the moment anyway, which kind of worked well because I'm on a master's. But yeah, I miss it, but not to the same degree that I enjoy being here. I think there's a lot more opportunities. I just prefer the buzz. I think when I'm in Ireland, I'll probably get FOMO from not being here and not experiencing it. So the big answer is yeah, I miss Ireland, but not really, not a huge amount. It's more so the people I miss in Ireland than the actual country. I do miss like my mates and things like that, and family and all that jazz. But yeah, other than that, then I think the last question was relative to accommodation. So that has been the thorn in my side since I moved over. To be honest, it's just a bit of a nightmare when you're considered international by landlords. So they either want you paying 6 months up front, some places 3 months up front, some places a year up front, and then to actually get monthly rent, which is what I would consider normal, is quite a bit of a headache unless you're actually employed here for over a certain amount of time. You have a contract that demonstrates you are earning 36 times, sometimes 30 times the monthly rent, and other than that, it's if you don't have a UK guarantor is what they refer to it as. So essentially a homeowner or somebody that is earning 36 times the rent that is willing to co-sign with you. So obviously my parents are living in Ireland, so they can't be considered a UK guarantor, they can't be overseas. So yeah, if you know someone over here that has their own house or is a decent enough salary to cover a rental agreement, happy days. But other than that, just have kind of other avenues in mind. There are guarantor companies, which is what I've had to go through, and some are cheaper than others. Like last year, it cost me, I think, £300 or £400 to get a company to sign on as my guarantor, which essentially covered me to pay, instead of paying, I suppose, 6 months up front or whatever, I could pay it in 10 installments across a 12-month tenancy, which isn't ideal, but way better than being thrown a couple of grand at a landlord first thing when you move over. So something to consider. But some other guarantor companies like this year can charge you a lot more. I think I was almost paying £800 or £900 this year to this current guarantor, because some landlords will only accept certain guarantors, and it does seem to be quite a lucrative business over here. So just remain aware of that. Ideally, I'd rather pay the 6 months up front than go through a guarantor again, but it depends whether you have the funds there to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The rent it's not huge, but it's not cheap, but it's probably still better than Ireland for what you're getting. Like my rent at the moment is covering my bills as well, which is handy. But it just depends what you're looking for. If you want to be city centre, it's going to cost you a little bit more. There are a lot of places that will do bills included packages as well, which are handy. But yeah, just kind of have a think about it. See if you want to actually drop the 6 months, or if you have a job sorted over here already, that might help you out. Depends on the landlord and the kind of financial security that your job are offering you and things like that. But yeah, that's just something to remain aware of. Other than that, this video has gone on way longer than I planned, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found some parts of it useful, and let me know if you want anything else covered. I will try put as much useful stuff in the bio as well, just to drop links and things like that. So yeah, peace.